I just picked up this Radwagon electric bike plus $250 cash, basically out of thin air. Here's how I did it. So this is an Evercross H5 slash Kukirin Kugo M5. As you can see, it's pretty clapped. When I first got it, the motor was not even mounted. This thing is destroyed. There's no controller, no battery. The brakes don't work at all. The scooter obviously does not turn on, and it's dirty. It needs a lot of work. First thing I did is went ahead and mounted the motor. Obviously, the biggest and most major problem is not having a battery. It had a controller, but it was blown. We need to either buy or build a new battery and get it a new controller, as well as a new bottom plate to hold everything in, and we need to redo the brakes. This is actually a 1000 watt motor. The original was 800 watts, so this is an upgrade. I bought the scooter for $45. The guy delivered it to my door. I found the scooter on Facebook Marketplace, and you can find plenty of scooters just like this one for the same price. Just search for long enough and you'll find great deals. Alright, enough talking, let's get to fixing this thing. This is our new controller. It was $20 on Amazon. Let's connect the controller to the scooter. As you can see, there's a jumble of wires over here. And there's actually many wires missing. All that we have is the main wire from the screen. We have the motor wire over here, the 3-phase wires, and the hall sensor connector. This is mostly plug and play. So let's go ahead and plug and play it. That sounded so goofy. As you can see, the motor wires are color matched. If the motor spins in reverse, then just reverse 2 of the wires. Next is this big connector for the screen. That's all of our wires for the scooter plugged in. Over here, I have a 48 volt battery. This is not the battery that will be going in. This is just to test it. Scooter turns on. Alright, so the scooter works. Over here is our 48 volt 10 amp hour battery. I got this thing through Facebook Marketplace. You can easily find batteries just like this one for under $100. I have to solder the charging wire on. Let's plug in the balance leads. And we have a solid 48 volts. And here we have our output connector and our 2 charging terminals. The last thing I'll do is wrap this battery. Alright, we're all done wrapping the battery. Let's go plug it into the scooter. This scooter is basically ready to go. I just have to give it a quick clean. As you remember, the bottom did not have a cover. All I did was cut out a piece of plywood and drilled it into the bottom. Clean the scooter and it's ready for the trade. Look at the difference those few minutes of cleaning made. This thing is still a clapped scooter. It's a budget scooter though, so it's fine. I'm selling the scooter for $500. It goes almost 50 kilometers an hour. That's a pretty good price for something that goes 50. I'm gonna stop doing burnouts. This scooter is now ready for the trade. I originally wanted to sell the Evercross. However, a few days later, a person texted me and asked me if I would buy his Radrunner electric bike. I only offered him $100 cash, which is what I think it's worth. He came back and asked me if I had anything with similar specs to trade for. I told him that I have the Evercross, but that he would have to add $250 cash with his bike if he wanted to trade for it. He accepted, so we set up a meeting time and we traded our bikes. Let's go check out the Radrunner. And there we go, bike secured. I didn't film the interaction, but here is the bike. The battery did not work. I fixed that battery in another video, link to it right up here, and now the bike works perfectly. This bike is really nice. It has a cup holder, even has a phone holder. It has a nice big glove box, nice seat, as well as a very nice cargo compartment. Now back to numbers. This bike is over $3,000 new, and we just managed to score it up for around $150. And not only that, but the person also gave us 250 cash on top of it. That's the pure definition of a great deal. I already have a buyer interested for this bike at around $1,000, which will mean that we will have made $1,150 profit with spending only $150. That's how profitable this business can be, and you can do the very same thing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Many more videos just like this coming up, and peace out.